Hi everyone, it's Killshot 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode number 5. Negan kills again, but it's a little bit complicated. We got a great show for you guys. Actually, we got great shows for you guys all week long. Before we get too far into this, I got a super chat right out of the gates. Valar, thank you so much. Hello 999 Army, Kill Steph, Emmy Kale, Sweet Tommy, sponsors, patrons, channel members, PDL players, and sponsors, and of course, all the super chatters. Thank you so much for that, Valar. And you guys can see the Patreons up on the screen. And as a special surprise for you guys, just in honor of all the PDL players that are out there, we are upgrading our emojis, we're upgrading our gear, we're upgrading our scenarios. So just a quick sneak peek. You guys can check down in the description below a whole new line of PDL. So maybe you survived, maybe you died. If you guys don't know what PDL is, check with us on Friday nights, because then you'll get to see exactly what we do. We've created our own game, a little bit of Walking Dead, a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons. Just get there and hang out with us. So yeah, we got a lot of good stuff in store. And before we get to tonight's show, I do have to tell you guys just great news. If you guys have not heard this yet or read the article, we are going to be action-packed next season. So apparently next year with The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, the spinoff, everything that's going on, Walking Dead will be broadcasting 42 out of 52 possible weeks next year. So think about that for a second. That means 42 out of 52 weeks, we are going to be broadcasting. We're going to be doing double shots. I don't know. We might even do some triple shots somewhere along the way. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about, and I think we're going to go strong for many, many years. And that's all made possible by each and every one of you. So thank you. All right, Negan kills again. Let's get to tonight's topic. And also, don't forget, 9:30 tonight, we are going to do our complete spoiler. But I've got a little extra treat for you guys. I don't want to talk about it today, but we're going to do some Easter eggs tonight, too. I know you guys like those. So, Shannon, what's up, Shannon? Hear ye, the Negan is free. He is free, Shannon. He is unleashed, and I do like the way they're ramping up his darkness. I know a couple people disagreed with me in a previous stream, but I see it happening. When they started to redeem Negan, the Negan Redemption Tour, they gave us a little bit of good and a little bit better good, and they just kind of, you know how they didn't just like make him good all of a sudden? It was like climbing a mountain. A lot of people didn't agree with me back then, and I said, look, he's going to be in jail, he's going to save Judith, he's going to be dog, he's going to help people, all these things are going to bring him back. I'm seeing the opposite right now, and I know I'm in the minority in saying this because, it's like once Negan's good, we can't let go of our good characters, but they give him an accidental kill, then they give him a revenge kill, and that's just going to play on everybody's mind. I'm not saying he's going dark side tomorrow or, by the mid-season finale. I'm just saying the seed is being planted for him to be right in the middle in case they want to go back in that direction. So, Grimes on the radio. Kills, I've returned. Great to be back. Great to have you back. So, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of what we're doing. D-Train, I agree with that. I don't think he's going all the way bad, but I think he could have the potential to be more bad than good again, or at least to be working it out. Look, in the zombie apocalypse, you can't be good. You can't be, totally out for everybody else. You have to be able to get a little bit of evil. And I know you guys are talking about the alpha Negan dynamic. If he doesn't sell that, if she sees him kind of like the goody-goody, he ain't even going to buy that. I think he's going to have to get his natural character. Detriment, not middle ground, but slightly darker than middle ground. It's hard to fully explain. Like, I know how I think it's going to happen, but it's hard to completely articulate it. Shannon says, we need to remember Negan will never be a saint. His methods are dark and brutal, but maybe we need his methods to bring back an order. See, yes, that's the way I wanted to say it. Thank you for that, for helping me out. You know where I'm going with this. But, Shannon, and I'm not going to say it's a problem with that. It's a problem with some of us. It's a problem with some of the viewers. Because we see things as good and evil. Evil, bad, we hate it, we pull against it. Good, we're always cheering for it. And sometimes I like to pull for the bad guy. I just didn't like to pull for bad guy Negan after he beat people down with a baseball bat. I needed to sort of forget some of that and see a little bit of it. But I like when the bad guys win. Who here, you like for it to be mixed up every once in a while. You just don't want to always see the good guys win everything. But remember, these writers are no joke. The writers they're pretty bright at The Walking Dead. So when they do things, they have to do things knowing how we feel about it, right? We take these pulse surveys all the time. And I'm sure they watch our streams and they watch other people's YouTube streams and they, look at people voting on comicbook.com and they see the polls on AMC, all of those things. So they know the vibe of the audience. They do these Talking Dead surveys too, and they're taking all that data saying, all right, we know the audience doesn't really like Maggie, but we're going to find a way for them to like Maggie. We know that there's a certain amount of the audience that hates Negan. Let's throw something good out there. And then we get closer and closer and closer. So all of those things sort of lean us there. And then if we get too close, then they got to mix it up a little bit. And right now they're not doing anything wrong with Negan in my mind. But I think that they're getting closer to it. They're desensitizing us to what Negan could possibly do. Got another super chat in the house, and it is Rolex, long live the king. If you guys like the new emojis, just a quick shout out. If you guys like the new emojis, like the new gear, like all the double shots we're doing, then just do me a personal favor and hit that like button. That way, when people watch the playback, they see that we got something a little special here. Did I miss some super chats going on? Maybe I did. Wilson, did I miss you? I think I did. As Negan would say, cool your tits. Yeah, I guess I did miss that. I think it was because it was early. It was before the stream started. That's why. See, I didn't see it. I was busy my little scientific lab getting ready for the stream. So part of the theme of the early video is going to be, I kind of want to get everybody prepped for that. And I never said it was wrong, but Negan killing again. Now, will Alpha require him to do something to stay on board? It does seem a little short-sighted of Alpha just to take him in, doesn't it? I mean, don't you feel like there's got to be some initiation? Alpha's not stupid. I mean, she's got all these other things going on, and if Beta doesn't trust him, and Alpha is just going to, kind of talk Beta down, be patient. These things, these shifts in strategy take time. I mean, she has control. And she will nick you up. Bamber Kitty. Negan's connection to Lydia is going to give him power with Alpha. Ooh, I like it. I like it. So, almost like Ellis from Die Hard, right? John, buddy. That guy, the guy the guy that's upstairs messing everything up, I can get him for you. So you think that Negan's going to kind of pull, hey, I can connect with her. I can reach her. I can help you get her back. Maybe he's using Lydia as leverage. Is that the thought? I mean, he might not actually do it, but at least it's a good chip to play, right? I think Negan's got a lot of chips. If you guys remember in a previous video, I still think like his ultimate wild card is going to be that he knows about the helicopter. And that gets him a way to get back in with Alexandria. And now he's got a way. He better come up with a good way to get back in with Alpha, or to get in with Alpha. But he certainly talks a lot. But I do have to tell you guys, and we'll talk about this in our bold predictions, because I want to recap a little bit of the Negan and Brandon story. But we, and by we, I'm going to say me, I need something very convincing to have him join the Whispers. I just don't feel like, is Alpha that confident that she thinks, oh, just anybody's just going to cross over? You know, they want to be on the winning team. Is that going to be the storyline, that she just starts accepting people? Because when she gets to a point where she's got to watch everybody, or you got this, you know, this person that won't shut up, Negan's going to walk around with them and just, you know, cracking jokes and talking a lot. I mean, these people whisper, and he certainly does not whisper. Little pig, let me in. I mean, he's screaming it out there, unless he's just going to be the tank. He's going to be the person out front that's going to lure all the Guardians to him. Maybe she just thinks he's crazy enough. And see, Lynn Nesvik, I agree. No, I don't think Alpha will accept just anyone. So I agree with Bamber Kitty. You know, the Lydia card certainly could help with that story. But we see Beta doesn't trust him already. But Beta didn't trust Gamma. Now, maybe, I'm going to give you guys like a real jacked up theory here. Is it possible that the Gamma trust and the Gamma loyalty, maybe she's not fully loyal, but it appears there's some loyalty there. Is it possible that that plays well for Negan? And I'll explain that in a second. We got Shannon M. super chatted. Anyone else notice Negan carrying around the stick? Very Morgan-esque. When he had the stick, he was more docile. When he had the bat, he started to slip. So, Shannon, I think the bat has a couple, it has some negative imagery. And I also think that's why it took so long for them to do any type of scene to put that back in his hand. We had to be pretty far removed from Glenn and Abraham as an audience just to accept it. And I know a couple of our streams, we specifically talked about how our audience would feel about seeing him with a bat. And part of the beauty of the story is they made Brandon Rose so annoying, so absolutely dreadful. He did a great job acting, by the way, that the bat didn't seem quite as bad watching Negan. But also, the bat has a different symbol now than it did before. And it wasn't just the bat. He's got the leather jacket. And I think this is Negan saying, in so many words, piss on being good. You know, helping people. You know, you try to help people, you try to do good things, you lose people. He was out getting firewood to help feed, you know, this mother and her son, to get them up to Hilltop, and as soon as he started doing something nice, the worst possible thing happened. And I think in Negan's logic, he realizes that, look, I can't stomp on people and keep them down, but they need to see that barbaric side. That barbaric side is what keeps him sharp. We got Rolex super chatting it up. He needs to remove the barbed wire to show change. If he even has it. I mean, this could absolutely... I don't think the real Lucille is going to break like in the comics. I think that we're going to have this fake Lucille is probably going to break very soon. And then the real one is going to be, Michonne is going to have that real one. Now, there are a couple clues that got thrown out there. Do you guys think that Michonne is actually giving Lucille to Negan? The fake Lucille, I feel like the fake Lucille is going to break. But Michonne has the real one. We know that. So I want to get your bold predictions in here right now. What's going to happen to the real one? And I got to ask you guys a question that's completely unrelated, but I'll forget about it in later streams because it doesn't really fall into the theme of any of our streams later on this week. But last night, Eleanor Matsura gave a pretty big spoiler in my mind, and I just want to get it included in this video. So if you guys, I know it's a topic shift, but she said now that her and Magna are kind of on the outs, it opens up the door for her to fight alongside or I think fight alongside someone that you wouldn't expect. So who do you think we're going to see Yumiko with? Who could we possibly see her fighting beside? I don't think it's going to be Daryl. I think Daryl, is kind of, Carol's got his own thing. But who could Yumi be fighting? Could it be Alden? Could be Alden. Could be Michonne. I'm pretty, it ain't going to be Rick. Come on, Fluff. Stop teasing everybody. King Ezekiel. That's a really, really good side story, everybody. So just keep that kind of in the back of your minds. And I do like that they're expanding that. I think they needed to do that because now their group is seen as just some fun-loving criminals out there stealing and getting their stash and everything. Now we got to see Connie, in the love situation. Kelly probably gone pretty soon. I think Magna, when she said that her and Magna were on the way out, I think Magna is literally on the way out. I mentioned this last night, and Walking Dead Nerd is actually here in our stream. So, Nerd, I know you and I have been talking about the Pike scene, and in one of the reaction video last night, I felt like the introduction changed again. And did anybody get a chance to go back and watch the intro after I mentioned that last night? I saw a brief flash of light on the Pike victims, and the one that we thought was Rosita looked like Magna to me. It was just a brief second where you zoomed in. So I don't know if you guys got a chance to check it out, but that would fall in line with the Magna Yumi separation. It would fall in line with maybe to develop her character. And we just found out Magna was lying to her all these years, told her she was innocent. We found out she was guilty. So some crazy stuff going down. If you guys can just check it out, like I said, I don't want to set YouTube and the internet ablaze, but I do think it's worth mentioning. It just popped up for a second. I was like, wow, okay, they zoomed in. It looks a little bit more like Rosita. And I don't think they're changing the pictures. I think they're just giving us a little bit more detail as we go. And there is a surprise guest next week. So surprise guest usually means somebody is gone. So I'm anxious to see, we're finally going to get some action, some advance. Look, I mean, we've only got 3 more episodes. 3 more episodes, and then we go to break. Okay, now Negan did kill again. We talked about, his 2 kills in the last couple weeks. Not just walkers this time. But before we get to the end of this video, I do want to touch on the complication with Negan. And it's not just that Negan kills again. It's the concept of Negan is bigger than a person. We saw that with Brandon Rose. We saw it with Negan, actually, when he had people saying, "Who are you?" "I'm Negan." And Negan created this cult-like mentality where you're either in or you're not in. Alpha has done a pretty good job of doing that as well. Alpha's like the newer version of that. But as Negan is trying to get this to dissipate, I guess, where people, it's not this dark cloud that follows him around. It is always going to follow him around. It followed him around with you saw the way he reacted when he said, you made Rick Grimes you cut his arm off, you killed Carl Grimes, like all of those things. He's just pandering all over him. And Negan, there are 3 dead bodies, and Negan's leather jacket is missing. And I know somebody in the stream last night said, hey, Yumi is a lawyer, so could we, I'm going to tie that back in because some of you said that Yumi could be fighting with Ezekiel, Yumi could be fighting with Alden. I'm going to say at some point Yumi might have to fight beside Negan. And Negan, and as weird as it sounds, he may actually need a lawyer. He may need someone that can speak on his behalf in order to be accepted. I mean, look, there's 3 dead bodies there. I don't care what you say. He could be the nicest person in the world, but who's going to take his side other than maybe Judith? Judith's going to think he's innocent, but nobody else is. The people in Alexandria already hate him for an accident. Even though it was an accident, they could see him, they still hate him, and they're viewing him through the eyes of 7 years earlier. Now you add Brandon on there, and although Brandon was creepy to us, he might not have been creepy to all the people in Alexandria. They're going to see him as some innocent kid. Negan killed 2 kids and a woman? I mean, there's got to be more to it than that. But how do what's the evidence there? Might need a good lawyer. And if so, then they're going to have to bridge that gap. I'd love to see the 2 of them fighting together. Some really, really good comments. Debbie Feaster, do you think Negan is the one who saved Kelly before Daryl and Connie showed up? Kelly was not all the way out. So here's the thing. It's tough. It's almost as if, you guys remember Rosita? When Rosita and Eugene were attacked and she was by the tree? When they first introduced the Whispers, you guys, and she was surrounded. I mean, she was dazed, very much like the Kelly scene. But they didn't fully explain it, and I think at the time we probably did a video and said, you know what, maybe the Whispers were there and they didn't want to kill her, they wanted to follow her. So, I don't want to use the word plot hole, but just keep in mind, every show doesn't get fully answered. Now, if Kelly was completely out, then I would say, all right, somebody had to save her, right? I mean, she's just completely out of it. But because she wasn't completely out, when I watched it again, her eyes were still a little bit open. Hey, we're here. Yeah, YouTube's having a couple issues, but her eyes were still a little bit open. If you guys are back, just do me a favor. Let me know you're still here. I think it's just one of those things where you can't, she fought it off. It's got to be implied. So Kelly was there. She was surrounded. She was losing a little bit of her hearing. She was in a daze. I think she just killed the walker, to be honest. I mean, I didn't go back frame by frame and see if there's a dead walker beside her to look at it. I don't know, Debbie, if it's part of the story that we'll ever get an answer to, or if it's even worth kind of digging down and saying, Negan had to help her. It's probably whatever we want it to be. If I had to guess, though, I would say no, Negan didn't help her, and no, we're never going to get an answer to that story. That would be my personal opinion. But, if you want it to be, then there's always that too. It's just, I just don't think we're going to get an answer. Good question. I mean, good thought. And yeah, that's what we're here for, Debbie. I mean, we're here to funnel this stuff down and to look for, theories and people and things that might be just a little bit out of the realm or what we didn't see. And there's several things that do happen like that every week. Did they mention who was on watch when Negan got out? No. Now that red fair, I do think we're going to get the answer to that question. I'm pretty sure we're just not going to be left in the dark of who opened the jail cell, because we've already seen 2 references to it. Lydia said she did it. Daryl said, no, you didn't. I was watching you all night. And Brandon Rose said, hey, you're not going to tell me who let you out, are you? So, and as I said last night, I don't think Brandon did it. I guess technically there's still a small percentage that he could have done it, but I think we're going to get the answer to that question. Father G, Aaron, Daryl. If I had to guess right now, if you said, hey, make your most educated guess, I would say it's Aaron. I'd say Aaron voted to kill him, did not want to kill him, had a change of heart, and just opened the gate to let him go to avoid having to go through it. Or Father G. The 2 most, I guess the 2 easiest, one would be Father G, but the way Father G knocked on the door and said, he's gone, that would have been like a great lie or great acting. So I would funnel that down and say it's not Father G because they showed Father G and Daryl interacting with each other. I think it's Aaron. I think Aaron in the council said, I know a lot of you think people like this can change. And I was ranting, like, you guys remember my rants. I'm like, no, I can't stand Aaron. He just saved Aaron's life. Now Aaron's going to vote him to die. So I think Aaron in public voted him down, but in private, he knows that Negan saved his life and he let him out. So that would be my bold prediction. You saved my life, I'm going to save your life. Because remember, and I was a strong advocate of this, I said Aaron saved his life. If it weren't for Negan, Aaron wouldn't be alive. So I feel like he returned the favor, that they're even. But here's the deal. It's kind of like a Daryl and Dwight. I don't care if you are sorry, I'm going to kill some bitch. Kind of like that. And then Dwight had to leave. I think it was Aaron basically saying, I don't care how sorry you are, I better not see you around here again. Get out. So that's where I'm going to leave it. Hey, everybody, we are 27 minutes in. We're going to keep the stream relatively short. We got a ton of people here tonight. Well, hold on. I'm obligated. If there's a super chat, I'm going to keep this thing going. We got Shannon M. If Gamma goes to Aaron, he could take her to Hilltop, and she notices her niece, nephew being looked after. She may start to feel differently. The Gamma Aaron story, Shannon, I've got a lot of good stuff that we're going to talk about, and I'm going to table that to tomorrow night. I didn't want to kind of give all the streams away, but tomorrow night at 7:30, our early stream, is going to be the psychology of Gamma and Aaron. The baby will be brought into question. Whether or not Gamma wants to get the baby back from Earl. There's a lot of good points with that, Shannon. I absolutely love the direction you're going with that. But at 7:30 tomorrow, we're going to break that down, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to add that into it. We're going to add the psychology, because you've got her niece there with Earl. Then you got Lydia there, which is going to be a problem for Gamma. Then you got wearing different masks. It's going to be a really, really good stream. So hold tight with that, and Shannon, be here tomorrow. So I know you got some good thoughts with that as well. Tonight at 9:30, we are going to do our complete recap. We are going to touch on some more of those topics. Not specifically with Negan. We're going to talk about some Easter eggs that are out there. You guys probably know the country music song that was playing. We're going to touch on that tonight. Be here at 9:30, and then tomorrow night at 7:30, we'll be doing double shots as well. So all week long, 2 streams every night, 7:30 and 9:30. You guys do me a favor. We got a couple hundred people here. I need all of you to be back here at 9:30 with your best theories, your best predictions, all of the above. And everybody in this room right now, do me a big favor. Hit that like button. If you like what we do, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, you just wandered in here and you're like, what the hell am I doing here? I hate The Walking Dead. Then give it a thumbs down. But if you like the momentum, then show the love so more people come hang out with us and talk to us. Green team, show me some emojis. We got Angela Kang emoji. We got Play Dead Live. Here's what the stream's going to look like the rest of the week. We've got full recap tonight at 9:30, tomorrow 7:30 and 9:30. Wednesday night, 7:30 topic, 9:30 we do our bold predictions. Thursday night, we're going to do our early stream, which is going to be a Walking Dead topic. And then at 9:30, we're going to do our spoilers. So hopefully I'll get to see you guys for a whole lot of streams, a whole lot of topics. Get your ideas included in these videos. Special shout out in the top left-hand corner to the Patreon Army. We got a ton of people support. You guys see that big list of names. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do. They bring a lot of our streams here, Freestyle Friday. Great group of people. They get a little bit extra polls, surveys, some behind-the-scenes stuff. If you guys are interested in becoming a patron, there's a link down below. Top right-hand corner, we got our Play Dead Live sponsors. That's a huge, huge list. It is growing. Our Play Dead Live on Friday night scenarios are brought to you by them. And you can also see down below, we're adding some Play Dead Live merchandise. We also got the green team. That's our channel members. We got our super chatters. You guys saw many of the super chatters in here. Thank you, Ben Fricker. I love you too. We also got the moderators, Emmy, Steph, Tommy, and Kels. Appreciate all of you guys. And the biggest shout out that I'm going to do, we're at 31 minutes, is for everybody that shows up every night, watches our streams. That's all inclusive. That is the 999 Army. Thank you for being a part of that, growing our channel beyond my wildest dreams. And I think that we're going to be doing... You know what? We're going to be going strong. Another 5, maybe 10 years of Walking Dead, because it looks like next season, 42 out of 52 weeks, we're going to be fully occupied. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you at 9:30. Have a good night. Peace.